More Americans than you might realize have arrest and conviction records. I do. In fact, 1 in 3 of us have some sort of a record. The majority are for non-violent offenses, mine included, including drug possession or arrests where charges are dropped and the person is not convicted. But that record can have a big impact on people's lives. It can keep them from getting a job, a house, or volunteering at a school, for example. And it's something that made Sheena Meade she learned it firsthand first, and now she's trying to change it. She's the CEO of the nonprofit Clean Slate Initiative, which fights for laws that automatically clear records for people who have completed their sentence and don't commit other crimes. Sheena, good morning to you.
Good morning. Did you say you have a record?
Yes.
You heard it right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay, I'm not the only one here today.
Yeah, it's a father-son tradition. But the issue for you had a bounce check.
Yes.
$87.26.
Yes.
And that's not a happy memory for you. It impacted your life and led you on this journey. What happened?
For years and years and years.
It was in 2004. It was right after the hurricane had hit Florida, back to back. And I was living paycheck to paycheck. I had 4 kids at the time. I was a single mom. And I tell folks at that time, we used to write checks. I wrote the check for a little bit over the amount. And it got returned to the bank. And 2 months later, I had 2 cops knocking at my door. And I got arrested. And after I paid my fines, my fees, and the check back, I thought my life would just move on. I thought that was behind me, that mistake. But it wasn't. I faced barriers, volunteering at my child's school to go to SeaWorld, trying to find a house that I could move my family into, or even a job.
Wow.
And really the lowest blow was when I tried to go to college. When I wanted to enroll for my bachelor's degree, I was met with the question, have you ever had an arrest? And I had to chase down paperwork.
So that's what blew my mind. First of all, you were arrested in front of your kids.
Yeah.
Which is
You would think
horrific.
cops had better things to do than chase a bounce check.
I think they felt that way too.
Yeah, they probably did. But it also hindered you seeking your education.
Yes.
Why? How?
Because about over 70% of schools and universities use background checks to screen out applicants. And, I wanted to let them know I'm not who I am. I'm more than just that check bouncing. I'm someone who's a mother who wants to get an education, who wants to one day become a CEO of a national organization. And so we have to do better making sure that we're not defining people by their worst mistake or just a moment in their life.
Yeah, I always say that people are not their records. And what they did on a single day is not the totality of their life. I had a driving without a license arrest, which I continue to pay for to this day because of higher insurance fees. You can't get that taken from your record, even though it was a paperwork error, even though blah, 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 blah. A lot of people are in that situation. I'm lucky in the sense that I have the extra cash to pay that premium. Other people are just beat down by that and can't get back up. So this is a really big initiative. However, you know that there will be critics out there that say, hold on, there are some crimes that we don't want stricken from the record.
Well, this is the thing. The people who need to see your record could see the record, like law enforcement, agencies, jobs that have vulnerable communities. But for the most part, the laws that we're automating are already saying that you're eligible. The government has already said that we deem these people that should have their records cleared. The law has been on the books, they're eligible offenses, and they've remained crime-free. And we know that once a person has remained crime-free at least 5 to 6 years and they're eligible to get a job, their recidivism rates are lowered.
So the 2 statistics shocked me, although I shouldn't be shocked. 1 in 3 Americans has some kind of record or arrest on their record. And then according to your research with your organization, it says when you look at the systemic racism in the justice system, the number jumps to nearly 50% of Black adults. So what is your organization doing and what can laws do to try to reverse this?
Yes, so we're being really intentional, making sure even the policies that we're passing are not just impacting people who are not Black and brown, even with the policy that we're passing, because we know that disproportionately Black and brown people are more likely to get more offenses for maybe the same crime as their white counterpart. And so our laws are making sure that we are being more expansive in the laws that we're passing and the offenses that are eligible to clear records.
So if people want to support you, what do? Do they make a donation or do they call their congressperson? What should
Well, they could do all those things. They can make a donation, call the members of Congress. We do have a Clean Slate Act on our federal level, but they can ask their member of the state legislature to pass Clean Slate. And we've been able to pass the laws in over 12 states, and 15 million people now have a pathway to full or partial record clearance, and you may now have your record cleared.
All right. You guys can talk about this later.
Sheena Meade, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.